And welcome back, folks and friends. Connecting Dots 2 here. We are Friday, April 21st, 2017. So this is a video that, well, you may want to actually download it because as I'll show you in this video, every time I happen to prove that, or point out that Kevin Blanch has been lying about having cancer, the video is removed shortly thereafter. So you might want to download this one and share it with your friends, because I have a good feeling this one's going to go disappearing also, because now not only am I going to prove that Kevin Blanch has been lying about cancer, but I'm also going to prove that he's been charged with fraud and found guilty. But the big juicy one in this one is Dana Durnford. I've been saying for a while, guys, I'm going to get him off YouTube. That is my goal, to kick him the hell off YouTube so he can stop scamming people. And this all goes back to the late Jeff Palco. I'm not sure if you heard about Jeff's story. I'll share that at the end of it. We'll listen to a dead man's word, his warning to you people on YouTube who don't know any better, who have just fallen onto YouTube. This person, before he unfortunately took his life after being scammed out of his life savings by Dana Durnford and Kevin Blanch. Like I said, folks, they are so busted. And the video I'm about to share with you here from Dana Durnford, he actually took the video down. Someone, there's interested parties here on YouTube. I'm not the only person who's interested in the frauds. Lucky though, I'm the one who has the voice and who has the followers, the subscribers. So I make the video, and I really highly appreciate everyone who gives me a hand with busting these scammers, because the information I'm about to share with you, the video I'm about to share with you from Dana Durnford, was removed by Dana. Dana must have realized after you watched it, or somebody contacted him and said, hey buddy, you need to take that shit off. You're under what? Yeah, he's already been charged with uttering the death threats in Canada. He's on probation, and this latest video, I don't even think I'll have to take him to court. I think I'll just present the evidence to the investigating officer, and he'll say, yep, this guy needs to be thrown in jail. So don't be surprised. There are those of you that watch Dana and you hate me. Well, the video speaks for itself. We cannot have this type of shit taking place on YouTube. And if you've been watching Dana Durnford, he's been referring to me as Louis Lamoureux, the guy who lives in Victoria, BC, hunt him down, blah, 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 blah. Like I said, it's case closed. The first time I explained to the Crown attorney also, but when I spoke to the investigating officer and he heard the shit that's been going on between Dana and how he refers to me and all the videos I've been saying, he wanted me to press charges immediately. Get on it, he says. This guy will be in jail. Well, he's probably going to be in jail soon. So again, don't be surprised. Don't be upset. But I am not going to take this shit on YouTube. And this latest evidence proves to me, again, just how dangerous this whole Dana Durnford and Kevin Blanch people are to anyone on YouTube who's seeking truth. You're seeking truth and you come across the frauds, the scammers. Now, I'll come back to a video I made just a couple of days ago, or actually I should say a week ago, this Fukushima salmon versus the U.S. Navy and climate change. Boy, a lot of great responses, a few emails. People were thanking me for the work that I've done in there. It really, again, it comes down to you folks who send me the emails and you spike my interest. You spurred it, and I just had to seek it down because it's something I'd been seeking since we all heard of the salmon runs having a hard time back in 2015. And I had not followed through with that research, I should say, in 2016. I had not followed through, and I'm so glad I did, because this really connected the dots with the direct correlation with drought. Or in this case, I even showed when there was way too much rain, an abundance of rain, and the fact that the forest is, the redwood is specifically along the California coast, how it's, the forests have been decimated and all that debris and whatnot that were protecting the fish in the creeks, all washed away. And now the newborns are there. They're being washed away. There's nothing to protect them. And then you have the other side of the sword, where during the summertime, USA along the West Coast has been hit with nothing but a drought. And that's the direct correlation with the salmon population. And in that video, you get to find out how, up at northern latitude, the fish population is doing quite well, the salmon. Why? Because they have not faced the drought. And that's where I tie into the fact that we have the U.S. Navy already admitting they've killed millions, and they're going to be killing millions more of marine life, it's just disgusting. But let's get into the Fukushima frauds, because this is something I've been talking about for a long time, and also been talking about how they intercorrelate, how Dana Durnford has been promoted on Jeff Rense show, and I've been saying that for a long time. These people on YouTube, the majority of the thumbnails, I'd say roughly 99.9%. Did you get that? I've been out here on YouTube since 2009, so I'm not talking out through my ass. I've been uploading videos since 2009. I know the shit show on YouTube. I'm giving you a heads up. Number one, YouTube promotes fraud. You have to remember that. It's something I've said a long time ago when I was driving taxi back in Ottawa. We had a news flash that came out how 2 ex-employees had quit working for Google, and they were going to write the script for a movie, how Google was going to control the world by the year 2014. Do you remember that? I've said it several times over at my Silver Gold Man YouTube channel, and I'm saying it here. And then what ended up happening is they were back in the news roughly about 2-3 months later, again, telling us that they were still working on a movie script, how Google was going to control the world by the year 2013. They were changing the title. They were dropping a 1 year. I'm letting you know it all took place in 2012. The doomsday of 2012 was actually the breakout of the New World Order and grabbing control even more of the system. So Google bought out YouTube, and the changes quickly came in. My Connecting Dots 1 YouTube channel, my original YouTube channel that opened in 2009, was suddenly pulled off, yanked over bullshit, absolute bullshit. Again, why? Because I do great work. I got a long track record, and there's no bullshit here. So let's get right into these fraudsters so you can stay updated on what's happening on YouTube and the fraud that's going on. So this video here is what was sent to me. Not Thomas, but it's another person. I don't know the gentleman's name. He just calls him Fukushima fraudster. And thank you very much. The person has shown a lot of interest in, you know, we want truth on YouTube, and all you're faced with is nothing but fraud. So it's very good when I have somebody or many of you that are watching out for these fraudsters. In this case here, Thomas Sims actually took it, you know, a step further and downloaded Dana's video and put it on his YouTube channel. I have a feeling Dana may have deleted the video, so you can't even hit him up with a copyright strike. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to even take a chance on this one. Let's download this shit right now. Because the last thing I need is Dana trying to pull a crap on me saying, oh, right there, Fuku Vids. There, we'll save it. That's the video I'm going to be sending to the inspector, to the investigator. So let's listen up to Dana here. I'm going to warn you right now, you want to take the kids away from the computer. You don't want anyone to hear what's about to, in fact, no, I take that back. I won't play the cursing part. I'm going to say the cursing part. It's the next screen that I have loaded up here, the transcripts. But what's important is you still want to get the kids away from the computer. There's a lot of foul language that was said in this video. I'm telling you right now, get the kids away. This is not something you want to hear. In fact, if you're under 16 years old, I don't even think you should listen to this shit. I mean, you've probably heard it 100 times before, but this is not what you want to, you know, this is not who you want to follow on YouTube and who you want to respect. This is nothing but disgusting criminal talk. So this is the video that was uploaded a little while back on Dana. And what happens is he just found out that dutchsinse, another YouTube fraudster, and then this is something I pointed out a little while back in 2014. Anyone who's been watching my Connecting Dots too, you may recall when I went after Dana and company, I said I'd made a prediction in August of 2014. I said, don't be surprised as we move into the future how the Fukushima frauds will all start joining up with other YouTube channels. And they'll pretend they don't like each other and stuff, right? They have to make their own little division. Because why? Because there's people like myself who are calling them out. So they're hoping you won't listen to me and you'll go listen to them. So you'll either be on Dutch's side or Dana's side. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Dutch is corrupt also. And what Dana Durnford was explaining in his video is how Dutch back in 2011 had accepted, and he continues to accept donations, but now under a different scam. But back then it was the Fukushima radiation falling out on the US, and he was going to travel to the West Coast with his Geiger counters, and he was asking for donations. And myself, and as well as my subscribers, were leaving comments in his video, Dutch, why are you taking atmospheric testing? You want to do a fallout testing. You want to be a storm chaser, which is coincidentally exactly what I did when I did my cross Canada radiation tour in 2011. I chased storms. I did some atmospheric testing, but I knew that if there was any chance of identifying or reading some Fukushima radiation, it certainly was not at atmospheric level. It had to come down in the jet stream, and the rain is what would drag it down. And essentially, Dutch never did the proper testing and accepted thousands of dollars, and then he even deleted the comments in his videos where my subscribers were leaving comments telling him, you know, you need to do some proper testing. And we never got it, unfortunately. So I'm going to share with you again. I can't play this entire video. I'll leave a link down below if you want to go watch it. If you think what I'm about to share with you is a lie, he hasn't said this in the video. I'm about to share with you the transcripts that will just prove my case that Dana is probably going to be off YouTube. He will no longer be here. He cannot. You cannot operate on YouTube and make videos on specific situations or topics, I should say, and then just call out all this stuff. You know, he's referred to me as a nuclear shill. You know, like I said, he makes videos and he puts my name down in the description box telling people to find out where I live and stuff. I can't put up with this shit. Okay, so yes, I see someone's in a comment agreeing me on the division. That's right, they set up their own division. So let's listen up here to what Dana had to say.
Now, the reason they were attacking me is quite intriguing. They were attacking me. Let me come down a little further. I'll show you why they were attacking me. Because that video that they're attacking me, I was showing that Dutch was out there showing the Fukushima fallout. And this stems from him saying there's no Fukushima fallout now. And everybody had donated money to him. And so I had showed that he was actually a lion doo-doo. See that? Right, these videos are his videos. Look at all the links to radiation. And he says there's no radiation. And then he says he was out at nighttime so that it wouldn't get sold.
Okay, so the other thing I keep telling you is beware on YouTube. The Freemason, the fraudsters, often show that they are Freemason frauds. So when you look at freedom, frequency, what do you see? The pyramid with the circle on top, the all-seeing eye with, you know, Dutchsinse has got to put his love in there. So there's no doubt about it. Dutchsinse is part of the Freemason frauds. He's a scammer. If you've been out here since 2011, you may recall Dutchsinse was the main guy on YouTube who suddenly his channel just exploded with popularity. Why? Because he was promoted by the Fraud Club. And oddly enough, we had him from day one promoting Arnie Gunderson, the USA's #1 biggest killer. I swear to God, I was like, wow, that's amazing. So if you haven't seen this video, I'm not going to get into it. I've shared it several times in the past. What I'll do is I'll just give you the link or help you find it so you can go listen to it yourself and you can say, oh yeah, thank you, Silver Gold Man. Thanks, I got it figured out. So it's this one here. Okay, and what happens is we found out in this video that there was hot particles. They're referred to as fuel fleas, and they were detected in Seattle, in Japan, in the Seattle, Washington. That's in USA, by the way, in case you happen to live abroad. In Seattle, along the West Coast here, people that were living in Seattle during 60 days of the test, they found that if you were living in Seattle and you live a sedentary life, you didn't have a job where you worked outside with an elevated heart rate, you lived a sedentary life, you lived in Seattle during 60 days of the testing, you were breathing in roughly 5 radioactive hot particles per day, per person, for 60 days of the testing. Over in Japan, half that much. They were breathing, twice that much. They were breathing in 10 hot radioactive particles. So as it left Japan and made its way over to Seattle, we do know that the hot radioactive particles had dropped by roughly 50%. In this video, somewhere roughly about here, I can't remember where, but he happens to say something about 10 cubic meters. Let me just see here. There we go. Here we go. So what ends up happening, he ends up telling at the end of the show, because he's asked, you know, by John King, is this something that Americans should be concerned about? What do you think, folks? Well, without you even being a nuclear expert, if you found out that the people in Seattle were breathing in 5 hot radioactive particles per day per person for 60 days of the testing. And you were asked on national television, is this something that Americans should be concerned about? And although you didn't hear the whole interview, I'm about to let you know that before I get into this, disgusting part, he tells them all how it only takes, potentially only one hot particle to possibly, give you lung cancer. Well, you're breathing in 5 if you're living in Seattle. I happen to live right here on the West Coast, not that far away from Seattle. No one was doing any testing in Canada. In fact, I've said before, the Canadian government is corrupt. It's owned by the Freemason Illuminati, and that's why the 5 Geiger counters that would have protected this on the West Coast in Canada, they were turned off when the Fukushima radiation was about to hit the West Coast. We have no data for 10 days. The only Geiger that was up and remained running was the one at the Sydney airport. It located iodine, again, airport level, almost at sea level here. I live on Vancouver Island. In Sydney, you're almost at sea level. You're only about 25 feet above the ocean level. They actually picked up radiation there, iodine 131, 300 times above the legal limit. So we had ding dong on CNN, Arnie Gunnarsson, lying to the populace, absolutely lying, because the only way you can protect yourself from these hot radioactive particles was to have a positive atmosphere in your home. That means you would have a HEPA filter blowing in, the air from outside, it would go through the HEPA and actually create a positive atmosphere in your home. So when you would open up the front door or open up the window, the air is dying to get out. That's the only way you could protect yourself from hot particles. And we had Arnie Gunnarsson, the liar, saying, how do you protect yourself? Listen to this.
I'm still advising my friends to wash all of your vegetables to make sure you can get it off. But short of that, we're at a point now where you just can't run from the particles that are still in the air.
Yeah, wash your vegetables and leave your shoes at the door. He was an absolute fraudster. He was busted, and what's his name? Dutchsinse is the guy who came out here promoting him. So what I'm going to get into, like I said, this person has taken the time and he's written down the transcript of all the known threats in this video. It's an hour and 57 seconds long. I'm not going to play the whole thing. The video has been removed, most likely because of the threats, and yeah. So get the kids away. This is the part where you don't want to hear it. Okay. Like I said, get the kids away. This is not good. As you can see, he leaves a link to the video as well as the title, and we're going to get into it. I'm going to go very quickly. He says at 22:53, I'll break your neck if I ever caught you. I'll break your fucking neck. I swear the fuck, I'll murder you. If I caught you, I'll murder you, man. People that are doing that, I'll murder you. I'll fucking run you over in the goddamn road. I'll murder you, man. Honest to God, I hate every fucking breath you ever taken. I mean, I can't believe I have to read this shit, but I just want to make a point that this is disgusting. This is what's allowed on YouTube. This guy's going to jail. He's going to jail. Get ready. I hate every fucking breath you've ever taken. I would fucking take it from you. I'd smother you, fucking smother you, watch you die. I hate you so much, what you said about me. If I ever see you in the side of the fucking road in Canada, I'll run you the fuck over. I'll punch you to a hospital bed if I ever found you. I would take a baseball bat or a hammer, break both of your knees, both of your ankles, both of your knees, both of your wrists, both of your elbows. I'll fucking break your fucking shoulders. I'll break your jaws. I'll rip your tongue out. I'll pop your fucking eyeballs. Wow. Wow. I gotta stop. That's the end of it. You can hit the space bar if you want to read this. I'm just disgusted. And that's why Dana removed the video. Yeah. So don't be surprised when Dana is no longer on YouTube. When this information is presented and they get a whiff of this, they're going to say, holy shit, this Yahoo does not know how to shut the hell up. He's going to end up back in jail, okay? All right. So next hosebag, Kevin Dwayne Blanch. And I purposely searched for the name Kevin Dwayne Blanch because I'm about to prove to you that he's convicted fraud. Not only lying about Fukushima. Not only is he lying about cancer, but he's already been busted in the past for scamming. And as you know, or I'm about to present to you, he scammed, you know, one of the YouTubers' most well-known activists who donated the most amount of money towards trying to help with the Fukushima situation, only to find out that he got scammed out of his entire life savings. So Kevin Blanch, same thing as the dutchsinse. You can see the triangle. Okay, guys, remember that. This is what I've been saying for a long time. These pieces of shit Freemason sellout sons of bitches. And you can take a look at his channel. He calls himself what? I am Unnature Kevin D. Blanch. That's Dwayne, the 33rd soup can. Yeah, 33rd degree Freemason fraudster. Like I said, they point. They give you a heads up that you can tell who the frauds are. So Kevin Dwayne here, this is where it gets interesting. Again, thank you very much for those of you that are following along and chasing this shit down and sending it my way. Thank you very much. Okay, honestly, I got so much on my plate with doing the other stuff on my other channels, my other Silver Gold Man YouTube channel and what I'm running here, and I got my hands in some other stuff. I'm rather busy and I don't follow this as closely, but thank you very much. Kevin Dwayne Blanch, as you can see, a filing date, theft of services, found guilty. Boom! Kevin Dwayne Blanch, Ogden District in the state of Utah. Hello, Kevin. How you doing, buddy? He says, oh, shut up, Silver Gold Man. Damn right. Busted. Like I said, he's a fraudster, and it doesn't matter. He comes in different pictures, but it's the same Kevin Dwayne Blanch. You may have heard me speak about in the past how he's got these various YouTube channels. It doesn't matter. It's the same Kevin Blanch. Kevin Blanch plastering. That is him again. It's you know, and again with the fear mongering. What does he say? Come take the shower, climb aboard the boxcar. They are coming. We'll be dragging activists, journalists, whistleblowers out of their house. Be careful what you fight for. You just fucking got it. The crowned king. Nothing is coming. Kevin D. Blanch. Again, nothing but fear-mongering bullshit. There's no one coming for you. What we're hoping is they're actually coming for, they're activists, but they're scamming activists. But I doubt it, folks. Like I said, YouTube is part of the fraud. They help these people. Again, I'll show you my video has been released every time, not released, removed. Every single time I point out how he's a fraud, a liar. And again, I just proved now how he's been found guilty of theft of services. So I don't know, I guess maybe he was stealing electricity. I'm not quite sure. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Maybe cable. I don't know. He stole some kind of service. He was found guilty. Bada boom, bada bing, and he's back on YouTube now. What? Scaring the bejesus out of you. So this is the part where many of you, my regular listeners, you may want to move on and not want to watch this. You got the most of the new stuff. I'm about to go over this older part, this older stuff, information, because there's a lot of new people that may be watching this video for the first time and they have no idea what this is all about. So let's get in it. What I was trying to do was make my page bigger. There we go. So this person here is a Canadian, a late Jeff Palco. He lived in Alberta. And as you can see here, the original Punisher, that was his YouTube channel. That was August 21st, 2014. This gentleman was on a disability. He had hurt his back at work. He hadn't been working for the last 8 years of his life. He was on disability. And because he'd hurt his back, he was also on heavy painkillers, morphine to be specific. And when he came across the Fukushima thing, he fell for it. And that all stemmed from, what's his name? Dana Durnford, because Dana Durnford had gone along the Pacific Sunshine Coast here, along the West Coast, the Sunshine Coast, and he traveled there for 9 days. His friends took some pictures of the beach, and they came back and made a video telling everyone, horror, the Pacific Ocean is dead. And essentially, Jeff Palco fell for it, and so did many, many others. There was no testing. There wasn't a single marine sample ever tested during those 9 days. And then what ended up happening is, Dana said, I need a boat. I want to go out there. I want to hire a journalist, a helicopter. I don't know if you listened to the bullshit back then, but it was nonstop bullshit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, and we're going to do testing. Well, Unfortunately, Jeff Palco took a lien on his home, and that's where the family kicked in, and they sent me the documents. So you can see the documents from the Royal Bank of Canada. He took a lien on his home for $16,576. He sent Dana the $16,000, and the gig was between the two of them. The arrangement was that Dana was going to buy a 24-foot long Zodiac, go out on the Pacific Ocean and do marine sampling so we could prove that radiation was actually what was killing, well, apparently killing, because all these rocks were bare along the Sunshine Coast, you know. But if you do any research, you'll find out the rock's been bare for a long time. It's hit and miss. It depends where you are. It's just like moose. Just because moose live in the forest, that doesn't mean there's moose at every damn corner you turn, right? That's right, and that's essentially how it is in the ocean. Various habitats fit different species, and when the habitat's not great and it's facing, especially facing south, full direct sun, I've shown that in my past videos. You just go around the block on the north side of the same rock, and all of a sudden, oh, look at that! There's lots of life there. It's because marine life, it's not sunlight. They don't want to be out of the water, exposed to the sun. And unfortunately, Dana took the money, never did a single test. And then to make matters worse, we had Kevin Blanch starting to accept money. That's right. As you can see, there's the check down below here from Jeff Palco. This is in 2014. He'd sent Kevin Blanch, this is one of the checks, for $6,000. But thereafter, the family actually went through their the son, because this is his older brother, Kevin Palco. Kevin Palco had gone through Jeff Palco's email, his younger brother's email, and had realized that he'd been giving money to this Kevin Blanch. And at this point, he's asking Kevin, this is in July 11 of 2014, he said, listen, so far, up to date, I've contributed $18,500 towards this investment fund, more than any other mother tucker alive on this earth, you know, plus the other stuff that was for you as you needed. The other stuff was more cash, obviously, right? And then he goes on to say, you know, how much of that money actually made it to the investment fund, question mark, the GP No Regrets Fund. And then he goes on, he says, you know, I sent the checks in these following series, $2,500, $10,000, $6,000 check. Where's my money? He never got any money. He never got any money. And this all came about because Kevin Blanch came out and told him that he was a ex-hedge fund investor. That's right, ex-hedge fund manager. Sorry. He was an ex-hedge fund manager. And I was saying, folks, oh man, he screwed him right from the get-go, because Kevin Blanch never had anything to do with any type of financial stuff. He's been working as a plasterer for, well, according to his own words, for the last 35 years. And this is a video from 2011. So as you can see there, the Kevin Blanch hasn't changed. This is the same person, not any bigger, not any skinnier. Yet, according to him, he's gone through several bouts of wicked cancer. In fact, according to Kevin, that he caught the cancer from the Fukushima fallout. Yet, it's supposed to take roughly 4 to 5 years minimum for the cancer to show up, assuming it was from Fukushima. Well, you know, Kevin, sure, Fukushima blew up, and just a couple of months later, he had AML cancer. Absolute fraud. Nothing but frickin' lies, folks. As I said, go watch his past videos. The guy's just as skinny back then. He has not changed. His hair's cut short. He's the same person. And I don't know if it's because he hurt his arm at one point, and he said, well, figured, you know, maybe I can't do plastering anymore. It seems like, you know, he hurt his arm. I don't know. All I know is he's no longer doing plastering. Now he's making videos telling you all he died, not died, but he's, you know, gotten cancer. AML cancer. So I'm going to get into Jeff Palco, because this is the last part I want to play for you folks, anyone who's new to this. What I want to share with you is, again, is a screenshot from a fellow YouTuber's telephone, where she captured this woman on the West Coast. Claire had caught Kevin Blanch lying on Thomas Ackerman's video, saying he'd never received any money from Jeff Palco. In fact, you may notice there, he says, by the way, Jeff owes me money. I never got any money from the liar. He cost me $1,000. He cost me $1,000 by baiting me up there with his bullshit. It cost me $1,000 for my plane flight. He never paid of first shit, which is absolutely lies. We got them. The checks are all there. You even get to see the email. The fraudster was busted again. So Kevin Blanch, as I said, it's Kevin Blanch Plastering. There he is again from stucco-damage.com. I'm not making up his shit. And again, he's promoting what? The AML leukemia. Never had AML leukemia, folks. It's disgusting. I'm going to take another attempt to prove to you that he's an absolute liar. So what he's done, he's doing everything he can to try and build up some, some support that he actually had cancer. So he's putting up these videos here with this. It doesn't matter. It's fake. There's nothing there. Look at his arms. Does he look like a skinny, dying cancer guy? Nope. Because he wasn't. And I made videos in the past showing the different symptoms when you actually have AML cancer. And I guarantee you, you're not standing up like that, lifting up posters and making videos every day, which what he was doing when he apparently had cancer. In fact, I've shared with you folks in the past, I was actually dating a nurse for about 4.5 years. And I remember I asked her, I said, Becky, take a look at this guy. I said, this guy is saying he's coming down with AML cancer. I didn't know anything about AML cancer. She knew about it. She was in her 4th year of university. And she says she took one look, watched him for roughly, maybe not even 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. And she says, that guy does not have cancer. I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. So I asked her why. And it's exactly what I'm telling you folks. There are certain consequences, I should say symptoms, when you have AML cancer. And he does not show any of the symptoms. In fact, when I tried making videos about it, those of you that are around here for a while, you may recall how I actually made this video where he came out in July of 2016. These are his own words. And again, the intravenous is no longer in his chest. Now it's stuck up in his nose. Oh yeah, well, wait till you listen to the bullshit reason why. You're not going to listen. You're not going to believe this. Listen to this.
These insane freaks, paid propaganda sprats, they almost got their wish last night. I came very close to going. I lost a tremendous amount of blood last night. Welcome to the world of leukemia. Welcome to the world of nuclear fallout. It's called low platelet counts. When you bleed, oh, do you bleed? And I don't even know how I got to the hospital. I woke up choking on blood. I don't know how I didn't die. I mean, just giant pool of blood. It's nasty. It's horrible. And I'm going to talk about Yucca Mountain. I'm going to talk about, look, hello. I want people to see all this path, all my path, the whole way. Right from the day I got sick, shriveled up to nothing, saying it's going to give you leukemia.
So he never shriveled up to nothing. That's the best thing that we have against him. And the other thing, this guy just said that he just got out of the hospital. He just got out of the hospital and he lost a shitload of blood. He woke up, he was choking and blah, 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 blah on blood. Absolutely fraud. You're going to tell me you're going to wake up in the hospital if someone brought you in there in the first place, according, he didn't find himself at the hospital. He said he couldn't remember how he got there. Someone brought him to the hospital. You're choking on blood. You got blood. You're going to tell me the nurses are going to leave you unattended. You're going to wake up and you're coughing and choking your blood. Absolute fraud. And the best part is they had to bring that blood back in because he lost so much blood. They do not give you an intravenous up the nostril. That's not where they bring blood in, folks. I'm sorry. So, and the best part was I was pointing out for a guy who just got out of the hospital 6 hours ago. He's very tan, looking very colorful, and boy, oh boy, is he not agitated. Did you not see those arms going? Look at those arms. Honestly, this is where I'm like, really? You just died, and here you are, and you're full of energy. Heck, you got more energy than most people I know, even on a regular day. So it doesn't matter. Even if I pointed out that he's a fraud, and look at that thing dwindling from his nose, look at him twisting his head. He's not a guy who almost died. He's a guy who's, again, making another video telling you bullshit so you can donate. He wants to build up the sympathy. Look at, he's putting his Kleenex up to his nose like, oh, there might still be blood coming. There is no blood coming out, folks. He never landed in the hospital. And if he did, he would not be out the next day, 6 hours later, after losing so much blood and almost dying and waving his arms like a madman. That was the point that I made in those videos. And it didn't matter because YouTube, like I said, YouTube is part of the fraud. Google promotes scam, and fraudsters in its thumbnails. I'm here to give you a heads up so you can pay attention to this. This is the reason why on my YouTube channel, I've made a point of pointing out who the frauds are. I said, fuck you, YouTube. You're not going to promote my YouTube channel anywhere because I'm the guy about the truth, right? And they took down my Connecting Dots 1 YouTube channel, loaded with all types of great reporting on real facts. And then what? We see nothing but the frauds promoter. I said, fuck you, YouTube. I'm going to make a point of it to point out who the frauds are that you promote. Boom, boom, boom. It's having a triple effect. Let me tell you, in the silver and gold economy sector over at Silver Gold Man, it's the same thing. I'm slam dunking the bitches every day, folks. I'm having such a great time. And don't be surprised if maybe they might kill me. Why? Because I'm a real truther. I'm the real guy on YouTube. I've been saying for a long time, download my shit, and if ever I go missing, start uploading it like bejesus. Make sure you share my stuff because people need to know who these killers are. And as I point them out, they will kill out the people that point them out. But if you all work together and you all share my videos and you all upload it, we will overwhelm YouTube with truth, and the fraud and disinformation will start going, what? South. They'll have no choice. The truth does ring in the end. That's the one thing I know, and I've been sticking here for a long time, hoping we are going to join up. We are going to be a real truth movement on YouTube. I'm not going to be the leader because we can't have a leader. They will kill the leader. It's all part of silencing us and you know, keeping the shit show going. So as I was pointing out that he was a fraud back then, I made the videos. Again, YouTube removes them. Insufficient data. I'll appeal it. I'll tell you right now. And I've appealed these other ones. It doesn't matter. YouTube is part of the fraud. I've appealed videos before. They won't even dare respond to me. They won't respond to me. It's disgusting. And, after I got the YouTube removed, I tried it again on another channel uploading the information. No. Again, terms of service of violation. YouTube can promote the frauds. When you bust the frauds, they don't like it. I have to admit that one of my videos going viral right now is my Mandela effect, explained and debunked. Boom, oh, boy. So many thumbs up. People are like, yes, thank you very much, Connecting Dots. And this is the fraud again that's promoted by YouTube. Even, let me just go back here for a second. Another fraudster that I was busting a little while back, I should say, was the radchick. Do you remember radchick? I made the connection, how she ties right back up to who? RT News and Kevin Blanch. They don't like that when I connect the dots and I point out how the fraudsters all mingle together and they all fraud together. So Dana Durnford snaps. It doesn't matter. He's going to be snapping now after he sees this latest video. He's going to be pissed off. I'm going to finish off the show with this this part of it, which is very sad part. I've said before, I was one of the last people. In fact, I was the last person on YouTube speaking to the late Jeff Palco before he took his life. And I was also speaking to his mother, Mary Palco, in a couple of emails. And this is an email she sent to me. And I've, as you can see, she says, these thieves caused him much anguish once he realized how badly he had been scammed. And this contributed to his death. Of course, he got depressed. He couldn't work anymore. He'd lent these guys money. He lent them money. Remember that Dana was supposed to sell that boat and give the money back to Jeff Palco. Kevin Blanch was supposed to invest that money and give it back. None of them gave the money back. He scammed them. And as you can see, she says he did take some steps to try to consolidate the other debts, but gave up and lost his will to live. She says he was in no condition to make rational decisions while addicted to prescription meds. In better times, he was very careful with his money. He was not a wealthy man, not having worked for more than 8 years, and the only income he had was long-term disability through his insurance from work. They took advantage of a very vulnerable, sick man. Sick. They're absolutely sick. And what's disgusting is to see how YouTube, Google helps promote the scam. That's very fucking disgusting. Very fucking disgusting. I'm so disappointed with the YouTube. So disgusted with them, folks. I'm telling you. If there's any people that need to be hung, it's probably the CEOs that are running YouTube. They are probably Freemason Illuminati, and they're probably the people that need to be hung if we're actually going to start hanging people, because And it's not going to change anything. Even if we hang those fraudsters, it doesn't matter. The Freemasons, Illuminati, they are well connected. They control our governments. They control the big corporations. It's only with us, the sheeple, the people, we wake up, we join together and say, enough is enough with you fraudsters. So I'm going to share with you, this is... Fukushima fraudster is a gentleman who sent me the information on Kevin Blanch and this latest video from Dana Durnford. And if you haven't seen that video because you're just tuning in, I'm about to end the show here. You may want to come back in a second because the transcripts of what was said in that video is just wow, a shocker. And this is where it's going to wake you up. Like I said, chances are Dana Durnford will no longer be on YouTube within the next couple of months, maybe even sooner. So I'm going to share with you the video that was uploaded by the late Jeff Palco before he took his life, trying to warn everyone of the fraud on YouTube. Hopefully you'll be a smart person and you'll share this video. Again, please, people, give me a thumbs up, please. It's only by you thumbing it up and sharing it that we can get this information out, okay? Please. I don't make no ads. There's no Google ads here. Been doing it for free since 2009. Okay, let's go on here.
Sure. Fukushima fairy tale. Let's start off with Kevin Blanch and the GP No Regrets Fund. So I've been in contact with Kevin many times asking for information to show that the fund was set up as he claimed, legally and all above board. However, nothing's come out of that. He's avoiding me completely. So the GP No Regrets Fund was never established, never set up. So that means Kevin Blanch is no friend of mine. He stole my money from me and never followed through. So Kevin Blanch, no friend of mine. Now let's think about the ring here. We've got a ring of Fukushima fairy tales going on, just like a mushroom ring. Fukushima fairy tales. Dana and his boat trip. What's he actually doing for science? Absolutely nothing. All he's doing is driving around in his boat that I paid for, taking pictures underwater and showing them on the web. There's no science there, no Geiger counter readings, and no photos taken prior to show before life on the rocks he's checking out. All we're seeing is what's there right now. So who knows what was there before there. So that's another fairy tale. We don't have any solid data, just pictures. And pictures are only pictures. So this Fukushima fairy tale ring is pretty big. It encompasses a lot more than 2 people. It's a group effort, and I'm sure there is a lot more Fukushima fairy tale spinners out there than I could be aware of or know of. But this is just my video to share that Kevin Blanch is no friend of mine and he basically stole my money. Dana Durnford, all he's doing is taking pictures of rocks and not have any scientific proof of water contamination or what was on the rocks prior to him showing up and taking pictures. So artists, there's a whole bunch of artists who are involved in this. It's a big ring, bigger than you can imagine, the Fukushima fairy tale ring. Anyways, Jeff, original Punisher. Hope this helps some of you see a little bit clearer.
So, like I said, that's the late Jeff Palco, and trying to give you all a warning what's going on, and he's absolutely correct. This is a large group effort. Someone just mentioned in my comments section how Dana, you may recall, had made a video a little while back calling out Miss Milky the Clown, blah, 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 a bunch of names, and then suddenly Miss Milky the Clown decided to no longer upload videos. Well, I've been informed she's back up on YouTube, but she's just not uploading under her YouTube channel. She's opened up other YouTube channels, BBC Update, they named a couple of different channels, and what she's doing, she's just re-uploading the old information as well as Dana's videos, and that's how it was so clear when I went and checked it out. I'm like, yeah, you're right, this is Miss Milky the Clown just re-uploading the same information. So it is an absolute group effort, and you know, I'd like to say Miss Milky the Clown is also responsible for Jeff Palco taking his life. In fact, I said that in radchick when I made the video on radchick. radchick. She's also responsible. There are many on YouTube who have worked in a coordinated effort to promote nothing but fear and bullshit with no data to back up anything they said. In fact, if you look over to the side here, look at Jeff Palco, November 19th, as he came out of the hospital weeks off the morphine. Well, this video was uploaded by, guess who? That's right, Kevin Blanch. It doesn't matter. This is in the beginning, November 19th, when he first came out. Later on, before he took his life, we end up hearing the real words, how Kevin Blanch had scammed a lot of his life savings. Very disgusting. I hope you check out the thread over at connectingdots1.com. If anybody wants any more information on this fraud, there's a couple of more videos on it that are posted right there. So that's another one that I made a little while back, and that points out how after scamming Jeff Palco the following summer, Kevin Blanch went on a trip to Europe on guess on whose money. So again, if you haven't seen the beginning of the video, I'm about to end it here shortly. You want to check this out. This is a transcript of the video I showed in the very beginning, or I showed it, but I did not play it, where Dana Durnford has removed the video because of all the nasty stuff that he said in that video. I'll leave the link down below. This is the video here. It's uploaded by Thomas, and you might want to listen to it. Like I said, this is the transcripts of just the swear words, all the nasty stuff, okay? All right, so I'm going to go to the comments. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone because I'm not sure what's going to happen once I get out there. It seems to be pretty good. Someone says Wedge Mac BBC update looks fishy. Okay, it looks good out there. So I'll go straight to the comments. Again, folks, thank you very much for those of you that send the info. It's by us sticking together and just pointing out who the frauds are. We're going to clean this shit show on YouTube. These guys can't be around for very much longer if we keep working together in a coordinated effort and keeping these frauds off YouTube, the Freemason frauds. All right, so in the comment section, don't give Dana money, give it to this guy for silver and gold, maybe some bitcoins too. No bitcoins for me, thanks, guy. Bitcoins is a CIA operation, money laundering operation. It's the industrial military complex. Stay the fuck out of that shit, guys. I've been telling you for a long time. Okay, it would be good if more their scam victims can be uncovered. Yes. Okay, so if you're a person who's been scammed by these people, you've donated some money, please either send me an email or leave me a comment down below. You guys need to connect here. And there's over at my forum, you can notice that my email address is at the very top right here, CD1. So if you've been scammed by Jeff Palco, by Kevin Blanch or Dana Durnford, please send me an email. People would like to hear how you've been scammed out of these people because you believe that the Pacific Ocean was dead, just like the late Jeff Palco had, unfortunately. All right. I thought the BBC update looked fishy. Yes, that's Miss Milkley the Clown on that channel. You know, they try to make it look official with the BBC, but it's nothing but fear-mongering fraud. She puts Fukushima in random videos as clickbait the worm. Yes, 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 she's a worm for sure. Yes, sick, they are sick. Thank you very much for showing up, Wedge Mac. All right, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much, everyone, for showing up.